In this class, I am going to discuss about type conversions and typecasting in C. Introduction: converting a variable from one data type to another data type is called typecasting or type conversion. Okay, for example, so here we are converting integer to float, okay, or character to float. So we are going to discuss one data type into another data type conversion. So there are two types of conversions: implicit conversions, explicit conversion. So implicit conversion means conversion is done implicitly by the compiler. So internally compiler automatically perform the conversion from integer to float. Okay, na? Integer to float means one data type into another data type conversion. Example, so I have taken here int a equal to 10, float b. So first I am taking a equal to 10. So a is a variable which I declare as an integer. After that, so I'm declaring float b and b equal to a. But a is an integer, no, but b is a float. A is a integer, b is a float value. Okay. Hence, so it has to show output is 10.0 because so integer is a integer variable which 10 is assigned to the variable a, which is the integer. Float b, so float means what, it is nothing but it has to accept decimal points, no, so 10.37 like decimal points. So here float b I'm declaring, but a is an integer value, but I'm assigning to the float b. I'm assigning to the float b. So integer 10 is going to convert into 10.0 because float is nothing but accepts decimal point numbers. So here when you are converting right, integer to float or type conversion, so 10 is changed into 10.0. 10 is an integer, 10.0 is a float. So data doesn't lost. There is no data lost. Okay, now because so 10 is as it is, but zero point 0 is adding, right? So here there is no information loss during the conversion in from one data type into another data type. So in type conversions. Explicit conversion, this is also called as typecasting. Conversion is done explicitly by the programmer, forcefully converted using typecast operator. So we are going to convert one data type into another data type externally by the programmer. So he has to use typecast operator. Syntax for typecasting is data type variable. Okay, na? So here, look at here. So float a, I define a equal to 7.45. It is a float value. A equal to 7.45. Okay, na? Into b, right? So we are converting integer to float. Sorry, float to integer. Float to integer. Integer b equal to int of a. Look at here. A is a float value already declared. A is a float value. So float value nothing but how much? 7.45. You are converting into the integer. This is called typecast operator. Typecast operator. Clear, no? Typecasting operator. So a is a float value 7.45, which is going to convert into the integer. So 7.45 is converted into 7 because integer accepts only numbers but not decimal values. So this I am assigning to the integer b. Now b equal to 7. Okay, 7.45 to 7. So here data loss because 4.5 you are losing, right? So in this possibility of loss of data. Okay, so explicitly we have to convert. Internally it doesn't convert automatically. Clear? So implicit conversion internally done by the compiler. It is also called as type conversion or also called as automatically conversion. But explicit conversion, so user has to use the typecasting operator to convert, one data type into another data type. There is a possibility of loss of data. So important notes. So lower data type is converted into higher data type. So for example, character is converted into integer. So integer converted into float. Float converted into double float. Okay. So here there is no data loss. So here integer to integer, when you are converting, it will give the integer as result. We are converting integer to integer. So the result is integer value only. So 10 by 3. So 10 is an integer. Okay, now we are dividing with the 3, right? So 3 3s are 9, so 1.0, 3 3s are 9, okay na? Again 1 0, 3 3s are 9, right? So the coefficient is what I am doing division operation. You are going to get 3.33 is a coefficient as an answer, but 0.33 is ignored, only 3 will be you are getting as output. Clear, no? Okay, integer by integer will give us integer only. Even you are getting coefficient, even if you are getting coefficient in terms of fractional numbers, this floating point numbers, but it takes only 3, so 0.33 is ignored. So if you are converting float a, so this is a typecast converter, so 10 by 3 will give us the answer is generally you are getting 3.33, no? Same thing you are going to get, okay na? So the result is converted into the float value, so we are going to get 3.333, 6 digits you are going to get, okay na? By default after decimal point 6 digits are displayed. So implicit versus explicit conversion. So implicit perform the compiler automatically, explicit programmer has to use the typecast operator manually, also called as automatic conversion. This is typecasting converter. How it's done automatically during the assignment expression using the by using the typecast operator. So this happens without writing anything extra, because here directly it internally converts one data type into another data type. But I need to mention compulsory data type, okay na? Int comma a, right? So some you should compulsory, just now I wrote now here, okay na? So int of, right? See here, if a is a float, that is converting into the integer. This is a int typecast operator, okay? Now a equal 10, float b equal to a, so answer is 10.0, so 7.45. So this is the operator, I'll get only 7. So data is lost, data doesn't lost in the type conversion. Conversion direction from lower type to higher type, any type to any type, higher to lower, lower to higher, or mixing, okay? Division example 10 by 3 3, float 10 by 3 nothing but 3.33. Okay, let me explain this through an example. This is a type conversion program and typecasting program. A equal 10, float b, so I'm assigning here b equal to a means what? So here, right? So b is a float, now I'm going to get 10.0 as my output, and float x equal to 7.8, so into y, so I'm going to convert float into integer, so y equal typecast converter and 7.8, I'm going to get answer is 7. Okay, let me check this example output. So this implicit conversion message as it is print onto the screen. Value of integer is first initially 10, after conversion it will become 10.00, because I used 0.2, so after decimal point 2 digits are displayed. And coming to the explicit conversion, initially the float value is 7.80, okay na? After that I am converting into the integer, so y equal to 7. Okay, this is my output. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.